Good morning. Good morning.
How are you guys?
Excellent.
That is awesome. Thank you. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone tuning in to Let's Talk Woman to Woman here on IntellectualRadio.com. Thank you for everyone who supports and watches us every week. This past weekend, we were on Let's Talk Woman to Woman as guests.
Yes.
On Jaw Jacking with TC and Rob. Well, Rob and TC.
Yes.
Ron? Oh, Rob. I thought it was Rob.
Ooh, he's going to get me. It is Rob.
I
always want to
Rob.
call him Rob.
Rob, I knew your name. And this is the one you
We're
were
in a
holding hands.
relationship. Right, we're in a relationship.
This is the one you were holding hands with. So just letting you know. But thank you so much for being on our show. We talked about various topics.
Yes.
And it was a really good conversation.
And so we're so excited. Next Saturday, they're actually going to be on our show.
Absolutely.
Rob and TC from Jaw Jacking, they will be our guests next week.
Well, today we have two wonderful, beautiful ladies here, Miss Elaine Strickland and Patricia Arthur.
Yes.
Patricia Arthur, she is a nail technician, and so she is the owner of Beautiful Nails and Feet, and she has beautiful nails and feet.
All the time.
Because some people, some people's feet ain't it's really not that cute. So, but every time I see her, we've been on her for a long time. Every time I see her, her nails and feet are always done, as they should be, because they're their advertisement.
And I'm loving those glasses.
She's very fashionable all the time.
She is so fashionable. She's so fashionable.
And then Miss Elaine Strickland here, she is an esthetician, and so she does
a licensed. She's just not a back alley. She's a licensed.
Well, usually when people say esthetician, that means they would be licensed,
well,
right? I would hope that she would be walking around here saying you're an esthetician and you don't got your stuff together. But yeah, so she does facials and she's really into skincare. So we're going to get into all of that later on. But thank you so much, ladies, for being on our show.
Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you. Well, with that being said, the four of us here are hosting a pop-up shop. It is next month, September 16th. It is called Sip, Shop, and Relax.
Yes.
It's the ultimate shop and spa experience. We're going to have facials. We're going to have manicures, pedicures, and Zuri Body Essentials will be there with our natural products as well. So it's just going to be mimosas, wine, nice food. Just come out, have a good time, bring your girls, and it's going to be a nice, relaxing day.
Yes.
So you'll be hearing more about that. If you've seen our flyer on Instagram or Facebook, please go to Eventbrite to sign up. The event is free, but we want you to come and have a great time. It's going to be at Standout Style Boutique on 33rd and Morgan.
Yes.
So please go get your tickets. And, we'll be talking about this every single week up until September 16th. It's going to be from 1 to 4 again at Standout Style Boutique.
Yes. I have a very exciting announcement to make. Yes, I do. The announcement that I have is that I have partnered with Alice Boswell, and she is the owner and editor of Just Me Magazine. And also she is one of the co-hosts on CGF Entertainment, which airs on Tuesdays at 9:00 Central Standard Time. Well, we have partnered, and we will have a talk show. Adrian and Alice at the Peaberry Cafe. We will start. Yeah, thank you so very much. We will start filming in October. We're going to have segments. Adrian and Alice knows Chicago, and so we will start filming our segments actually this month. We have partnered with people. We're going to go to their spa. We're going to do a spa day. And we're going to showcase that. We're going to have restaurants that we're going to go to. So just be on the lookout for Adrian and Alice at the Peaberry Cafe. I'm very excited.
All right now. Well, congratulations.
Thank you, Brittany.
Congratulations.
You know what? If you act right, maybe we'll have you as one of our guests.
If I act right. Wow.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We're going to continue to do what we do.
Of course. No one said we wouldn't.
Well, I know. It was up in the air.
It was up in the air. Yeah, okay. Last weekend, we were able to go to the from Tiaras to Crowns, not boutique, but brunch with Erica Walton. And it was a really nice event. She had it set up very nice. The venue was really nice. The girls came dressed in their cute little dresses for brunch. It was so cute. She had good food. She had a really good food.
Yes.
And it was just really nice just to just to see them interact with each other at that type of setting. Most times when you see little girls girls either playing on the playground or, God forbid, doing whatever else. But they were dressed, just very ladylike, and they were out for brunch. And I thought it was really nice.
What were the ages?
They were, I want to say, like from as low as 6 to as high as like 16. So it was a wide range of ages there, but they all were able to get along. And like I said, they were dressed really cute.
It was very nice.
So it was
she had some very nice speakers. It was really nice.
She had good speakers. It was very nice. So shout out to Erica Walton. She always does a good job when she puts on different events and stuff like that. Yes, it really is. Gucci, the designer brand, they are suing apparently Forever 21. We're all familiar with Forever 21 and Gucci. Apparently, so Gucci has this famous jacket. It's like a metallic silvery type of jacket. And the Gucci colors, the green, the reds, it was, the stripes were around the collar and around the wrist. Well, Forever 21 pretty much came out with a jacket identical to that.
Same colors
and everything. So now they're suing them for infringement on their trademark. And so, but I don't know. I feel like, Gucci absolutely has every right, but I just feel like so many brands are copying a lot of the, the high fashion type of high-end type of designers. But on the other side, you have the high-end designers that are copying from like those things that you see on like Canal Street or like the really cheap type of stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. I guess once you put your name on it, but legally they have every right to.
They have every right. They have every right, and so. Exactly.
That's how that goes.
This is their trademark colors, and so hey, they definitely have a right to go after them.
They
it
is what it is.
Due diligence before they decided to put this garment out.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I also heard. I'm not sure if it's true, but I also heard that Forever 21 has been in trouble before using like Tupac and Biggie on some of their shirts as well. Kendall, she got some heat from, not Kendall, Kylie got heat from that as well. I'm not sure if that's true in regards to Forever 21.
And you know what now, with Forever 21, they sell enough cute clothes. They don't have to copy anybody.
No, but in that industry, that's what people do. They, but they should have used blue and something. Use other colors. That's what they should have done.
They made it too exact.
It looks exactly like
I saw that on. I'm like, oh, come on. You can't even try to act like this. No, that's pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, now they're being sued for their seller, So I don't know if you guys heard about this hot water challenge.
Yeah, I did hear about that on the news this morning.
That is so sad. This 11-year-old girl, actually the 11-year-old girl who was responsible for doing this, she recently tried to commit suicide when she realized and what she had done. And I'm going to speak on that further on that part of it. But if anyone is not familiar with it, this young lady was over a sleepover. At her friend's home, and for whatever reason, I don't even know what would possess you to boil some hot water and to throw it on someone. And obviously, because of their age, they did not understand what
How old were these girls?
She 11 and 12.
Wow.
11 and 12 years old, and so she poured some hot water, and the young lady was asleep, and she threw it onto the young lady, and so it burned her face, shoulder, and back. I don't know if she's disfigured. She's in intensive care right now. And
I saw her face. She has serious burns.
Severe burns. And I don't know if there's any legal actions that's going to be taken with the young lady, because there's a process. It takes time for water to boil. So you had an opportunity to say, maybe this isn't a good idea any time before you did it. And then it also speaks to the fact that she tried to commit suicide when she realized what she had done. It speaks to the fact that you're so young that you don't realize what you're doing. You didn't think about the consequences and the disfigurement that you're possibly putting onto someone else. So I don't know where the parents were in all of this. If they're having a sleepover, maybe the parents were asleep. Certainly not thinking anything remotely close to this would have ever happened, Because I've never heard, you hear of all these stupid challenges, the cold water challenge, or, jumping off of a building challenge. I just made that up. But I'm just saying.
Some of those challenges have actual meanings to them. Like when people threw like the bucket of cold water on you, that the feeling that you feel when that water hits you is, I can't remember, it's some type of nerve disorder or disease, that it's the same feeling. So that was a positive meaning behind that. But these other challenges that these kids come up with, it's like when I was their age, we weren't doing stuff, but social media wasn't around like it is now. But I feel like that's just is sick. And I mean, you don't have anything else to do? Play double dutch, do something. I mean,
read a book.
But
try that.
Even when we were younger, we used to like make up dances and like put them on YouTube or something like that. Do something like that. Why are you?
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that seems a form of bullying. I mean, because it's like, they say it's a challenge, but really, like, were they really just bullying the girl, or was it really this challenge?
I guess that's yet to be determined.
Exactly. I mean, I can see if it was cold water or lukewarm water. I've seen people throw water on people while they're asleep, but hot water though, come
boiling, not just hot. It was boiling hot water.
There would be a lawsuit.
Something right.
There, before the hot water, there was another sleepover, and I think possibly someone had poured cold water on someone. And so then at the next sleepover, they were gonna, turn it around, but that was just
so it was like a retaliation.
Yeah, but that just wasn't, But think about how people are doing things today. Those films where the guys do all these crazy stunts and stuff,
but they
wind up hurting themselves.
Like they tell you don't try it at home.
Don't do that stuff.
And
don't do it.
When your babies are small, don't touch that. That's hot.
Exactly.
Hot water, 12 years old.
My thing is, if you old enough to boil some water, you know how hot it can get.
But I don't know if I don't honestly believe that she understood
the consequences.
Yeah. Yes, that hot water burns. We teach our children that, and hopefully she knew that. But I don't know if she understood how big this would have gotten. And now it's all over social media. They've been talking about it on the news. That's what I'm referring to.
Of course. I mean, most things that people do, the first thing that's completely far away from their mind. Like, oh, this may go on social media. I may get a lot of backlash from this. My parents may find it. Of course, they're not going to think about that. I don't think anybody, no matter what age you are, but you have to take some form of responsibility. Yes, she's 12. Yeah, she's still a kid, but right from wrong. And that if something's hot, it's going to burn you. You might not think that you're going to receive these type of consequences, but something's going to come up.
Well, yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I wouldn't say, that
and not
totally
to mention, these 12-year-olds are not the same 12-year-olds 20 years ago, 10 years ago.
Definitely not.
These 12-year-olds are very, far in advance, way more than we think. So, come on now. I think it was a form of bullying. I could be wrong, but I think they were doing it, because I've been.
Well, they were supposed to have been friends.
I've been to sleepovers, and sometimes you invite. I've seen people, and even on movies and shows, they'll invite a little girl over just to taunt them, or just to, or she may want it to be their friend,
right?
And so she was trying to do whatever she can to feel accepted. I mean, we weren't there, so we don't know, but we do know that all those type of scenarios do happen,
right.
And I just feel like that's just sick. How could you possibly just that kind of reminds me of that incident that happened here in Chicago, where those kids, they had that little boy, he was like kind of like disabled, and they were like taunting him and torturing him. Now, of course, it wasn't to that degree. I don't think that they had those type of intentions, but I mean, I just think that these kids these days, they just have no remorse whatsoever.
So I just hope that both of them will get the proper help that they need. Certainly this young lady who was affected by this, hopefully she will get the help that she needs. Definitely. Because there's going to be a healing process on both sides.
Well, her skin will never be the same. psychologically, could you imagine the toll that's taken on her
at such a young age?
I just
Such
feel
a
like
young
that's something that
age.
she's going to have to deal with. Kids are already cruel, and they're going to talk about you just find anything. But then, when these scars start to heal, she's going to have to go through she's not even in high school yet.
No.
So you're going to have to go through high school, people being talking about her when she's getting older, staring at her.
That's
What I mean?
terrible.
I just feel like that's something that she's going to have to live with. And now that I think that the girl didn't realize that this is something that's going to affect her.
The long-term effects of that.
Yes.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
That is sad. That is sad. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. As a parent, I wouldn't know what to say on either end.
It's tragic all around.
Well, yeah.
It's really tragic.
We don't know if any legal action is going to be taken for the girl who actually did it because of her age. She's only 12.
And I don't know if there was anyone else involved.
So, some consequences should be made, though. I would say that.
Well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anyone else that was involved in this, the actual act. So I don't know, but it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah. So, with Usher, we've been talking about it on our show. Have you guys been keeping up with the whole Usher story?
A little bit.
So, did you see the press conference?
No,
okay, so are you completely out the loop with Usher?
I saw something, but it didn't. And how you see little clips, and I thought, when you start reading one story, it becomes a rabbit trail. And I said, don't even start.
Well, that's exactly what this is.
It is definitely okay.
I mean, initially people were coming out the woodworks accusing him. Well, it was one person that accused him of
herpes,
giving this woman herpes.
Oh.
And then just several different women started saying that, and a man said that they had gave him herpes. Well, then they started saying, well, it's not true, it's a lie, blah blah blah. Then the lady Quantasia,
can't say her name.
Quantasia Sharpton, she had a press conference a few days ago discussing it, and her mom got on social media talking about how she's a liar, don't trust her, I'm so sorry, Usher, this, that, and the other.
She reached out to the mother of this young lady who did the press conference, reached out to Usher via Instagram and said, my daughter's a liar. She's a habitual liar.
Oh, no.
She doesn't have this, and this, that, and the other, and don't trust anything she says, and I apologize. And then now a staff, because it was that Days Inn hotel, motel, whatever, and a staff is saying that, no, I saw Quantasia and Usher together. So, I mean, you know what? It's one of those things that only God, it's just like the whole R. Kelly situation. Only God knows what happened. And Quantasia and Usher.
Right.
and Quantasia and Usher. They're the only people know that really happened. So, I mean, I hope that he's not out here just giving people herpes or whatever. I still love his music. I'll still listen to his music. It has nothing to do with his sexual
Has
activities.
he made a public announcement or any type of...
No, I don't think so. I could be wrong, but I don't 100% think so. I'm not sure.
Because this is just me. I would think that if someone is accusing me of giving them some sort of disease and it's not true, I think by now I would have held my own press conference and said something. That's just me.
That is right, but
and I'm not saying
that's for his PR to
exactly. And I'm not saying that if he has not done that he still has it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for me, I think I would have been like, no, I don't even know her. That's just me.
I mean, you just never know.
But I feel sorry for the young lady, Quantasia. Is that her name?
Yeah. I mean, but I feel like as a celebrity, you need to have, if you're going to do that, if I was a celebrity I would have people saying, some forms or something, because you be sleeping with all these different people, and then all of a sudden 5-10 years, and in Bill Cosby case 20, 70, 30 years later, it's coming back at you. You need to let these start having people sign documents for this stuff to protect yourself if you gonna do stuff like that.
I'm gonna tell you why I feel sorry for the young lady. I feel sorry for the young lady because they just ripped her apart on social media.
What do you expect?
They did. They went in on this young lady. I mean, really, really bad.
Anytime
celebrities were going really hard at her.
Anytime that you accuse a celebrity of someone that is in the limelight, you're going to get backlash. Whether you are in the wrong or not, you're going to get backlash, especially people who support the person that you're accusing. So, I mean, that's something I don't feel.
I didn't see too many people getting backlash on Bill Cosby.
Well, no, some people there's a lot of supporters at Bill Cosby saying that those women are lying and this, that, and the other. I know people who just absolutely believe that he ain't do nothing.
Well, I'm you know what? I'm gonna say this. I don't think.
What were you getting ready to say?
I think it could have happened, but I'm thinking maybe he took care of these women and he's like, you know what? I'm not doing it anymore. You're cut. But I mean, if it was every week or how often they got together, you came back.
Exactly.
But you know
you
what?
were in the room or not.
I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think all those women were lying. Now, some of them may be, but I don't think everybody's lying.
I don't think the scenario is a lie. But, I think that at some point they were willing participants.
Yeah, I do too.
At some point.
Well, especially the one that kept coming back.
Exactly. So, I mean, anytime that you accuse anyone that's in the limelight that has money, has status, you're going to get backlash from it, whether you're the victim or not. Right. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. And you have to, when you are ready to accuse somebody of serious matters as such, then, I mean, you have to be prepared for what you're going to receive back. Everybody's not going to be in your corner and say, "Oh, poor girl."
Right. Well, like I said, but I don't think everybody's lying. Okay. I mean, because there were women coming out of the woodworks, saying, "Yep, I was with Bill Cosby." I just don't think everybody was lying.
But my thing is, why wait all this time?
Yeah, it's 20 years, right?
All this time.
You waited all this time.
Why
wait all this time? And then you waited until it took just one person, and then all of a sudden all these other people.
Shove some bad way.
You know what I'm saying?
So old, he can't do anything.
Right.
He probably don't even remember what happened himself.
What I found was funny that all of a sudden he became so handicapped when he was going to court that he can't see, now he can't walk.
I would have too. I would have too.
That's right.
Been in a wheelchair, oxygen tank, everything.
What is that gonna do?
Well,
if you did it, you did
it. That means that
they have wheelchair.
He is physically unfit for jail. He can't.
No.
You know what? These were grown women.
Exactly. But trust me when I tell you, they do have a section for wheelchair bound people. Okay, so if you want to play that wheelchair role, if you want to, they'll open the door. No, you just wheel yourself right on into that cell. They have They got something for you too, okay?
Well,
that's why you got to bring accessories like the oxygen tank to make it more.
They got something for oxygen tank.
They got a section for those too.
Okay, that's true.
That's funny. There was somebody else. I won't mention names, but they were accused of something as well. And the minute they were accused, then you see him get wheeled.
I can't walk. I mean, all of a sudden,
what happened?
All of a sudden, Bill Cosby come out with these real dark glasses, like he's Stevie Wonder. Then he needs somebody to help guide him in. He can hardly walk. You know what? Stop. Okay,
I mean,
stop it.
It is what it is. Well, one person that's not acting like that is R. Kelly. R. Kelly, with his, did you see the video that he put? Pretty much like, man, F what they talking about. I ain't do nothing. My fans love y'all. Y'all love me. Come to my show. That was pretty much what was his message. Wow. Defending. But. I don't know. I just feel like that these women, when you put yourself out there like that, whether you're a victim or not, you just have to be prepared of all.
Well, yeah, you do. Because a lot of women will use that platform of the person that is a celebrity just to advance themselves.
Then next thing you know, most of them, they start writing books and coming out with documentaries and stuff like that. They use that and they capitalize on it. So you were so distraught and initially, now all of a sudden you find a ways to make it a business. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so you just never know. At this point, you can't really judge. You just never know.
All we can do is just talk about it on our show.
Exactly.
And laugh about it.
Well, some situations aren't funny and we should not laugh about them.
Well, we're not laughing at the situation. We're not laughing at the situation. We're not laughing at the situation.
Speaking of R. Kelly, apparently his sales are being affected by it now. And they're saying that they want to do a criminal investigation
I mean, this is like his second time.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Anyone that is from Chicago is very much aware that there has always been talk that he likes young ladies. You know, it's always been talk that he hung around certain high schools, and so I wasn't there. I don't know, but there's been talk for years.
It's like after a while, and you've gotten over
everybody's not lying.
things,
Everybody's not lying.
So now that we've gotten clear that, let's not go back and just
everybody's not lying.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, on a positive note, as anyone from Chicago, we all know today is the Bud Billiken Parade.
Oh, right.
I've lived in Chicago the majority of my life, and I've never been to the Bud Billiken Parade before.
I helped this was years ago. 2 or 3 different times. I went out to be one of the
Never been?
Never been.
I was supposed to go, but the time that I was supposed to go, my mom did not let me go. And I was so upset. I thought she just ruined just everything in my life. But I would say I was so grateful that I did not end up going, because that was the same year that B2K was there, and they were trampling people. People were being sent to the hospital, and they were like people were really seriously injured by that.
So in other words, let me finish that for you.
I just said that I was thankful.
We're gonna take a minute. No, that wasn't good enough, because you skated past that. So let's just stop there and pause. So in other words, what you're saying is that you're so grateful for the wisdom that your mother had.
No, I just said that I'm grateful that I just so happened to not go, and you didn't allow me to go. It ain't got nothing to do with wisdom.
Yeah, it got a whole lot to do with wisdom.
She felt it.
But speaking of,
I'm looking for a new co-host.
Whatever. Speaking of the Bud Billiken Parade, Chance the Rapper, our very own, he just loves his city, and I just love him for it.
I think he's such a wonderful young man.
Yes, he is supposed to be donating 30,000 stuffed book bags. And I mean, like, that's awesome. Not 10, not 20, not 100, 30,000.
But you know what?
After he's been giving, and he's very active.
And I was just getting ready to say that he puts action to his words. He's not empty with his promises.
He's definitely a doer.
He does it. He does it. He says, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And he does it. And for him to be, how old is he?
He's only like 20. We're like the same age.
Really, for him to be in his, younger 20s, I have such respect for him because he's such a nice young man, and his parents and family have to be very proud of him, and he's going very far.
You know what? When people first get on, whether they're a singer, rapper, whatever, they always want to shout out where they from, blah blah blah. But then when you get to a certain status, a lot of people, they forget where they come from, and they don't necessarily come back to help or whatever. But he has definitely, and this is even before he has gotten to the status that he is now. He's always been active in the community, but because he has the platform that he has now, all kinds of people know who Chance the Rapper is now. And when you made it to that status, now he can show like, hey, my city is not what Trump describes it as to be. And it's a beautiful place, and he wants to give back, and I just I have nothing negative to say about him whatsoever.
So welcome home, and good luck to the parade today. They have a beautiful day for the parade.
It's really nice. See, I like this kind of weather. I love the summertime, don't get me wrong, but I don't like to get too hot where I sweat and I have natural hair and it puffs and stuff. So I like it where it's kind of cool, where it's any type of weather. You can wear shorts, skirt, pants, and you're not too hot. I like 75 to 65 degree weather. I feel like that's perfect.
I do.
No, I like it hot.
Real hot.
Yeah, I like it hot.
I like being air conditioned. See, that's why I like the, I like air conditioned.
You have to love your coils.
Okay. Anyway, so we're going to get to our special guest today.
Love our coils.
I love your coils.
They're beautiful.
We're getting to our special guest today, Patricia Arthur from Beautiful Nails and Feet, and also Elaine Strickland from Refresh Within. Thank you so much again for being on our show.
Thank you for having us.
For you guys being on our show.
Thank you.
Miss Elaine Strickland, so with you being an esthetician, what inspired you to go into that industry?
Started out because I like to mix up things, my own, oils, but I do concoction. I've always wanted to do that. So I didn't necessarily know what an esthetician was. So when I looked into school and I got in school, all of a sudden I just thought I was going to learn how to mix up stuff. No. And they're like, no, we're going to be snatching hair off of people. And I was thinking, I don't want to do that. But you're in it now, so you don't really have a choice. So I had to do all of the things that, that came with it. And I managed to get through, but Lord have mercy.
How long have you been an esthetician?
I graduated school. I went to Tricoci. I graduated 2010.
Oh, wow. So you've been doing it for a while.
Yeah. Almost 10 years.
You've been doing it for a while. Yeah.
All right. Well, Miss Patricia, what inspired you? Honestly, ever since I've known you, well, you know what? I'll take that back. I remember you've been doing nails and feet for a very long time. How long have you been in this industry?
You know what, Brittany? It's been over 20 some years.
I knew it's been a while.
Because my oldest daughter was probably 8th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, 8th grade.
Wow.
So it's been over 20 some years. Yeah.
Wow. So what even inspired you to get into that? I mean, she's always been fashionable since I've known her. She's been doing it since I was a little girl.
And Patricia, she gives a mean pedicure.
Yeah.
I mean, when you walk out of there, your feet are glistening.
They feel wonderful.
Yeah, they are.
What even inspired you to even go into doing nails and feet manicures and pedicures?
Well, you know what? I think it goes back to when I was young as a little girl. Mm-hmm. I can remember taking tape and cut it in the shape of a nail and would put it on. And
I used to do that for my nails.
And then I would save my money, go to Woolworth and get the little press-on nails, And so it's just something that's within you.
Yeah.
And so a girlfriend called one day. She says, you know what? Donna and I, my girlfriend Tarita, she says, Donna and I are going to take a nail class at Truman. I says, you know what? I'm going to. And so I got in and I started doing nails, which is when it's something that you love to do.
Yeah.
It's an easy flow. So that's how.
You relate to that because ever since I was a little girl, I always known that I wanted to own my own business of some sort. I wanted to be a fashion designer. I never wanted to have a regular job. When I was younger, when you had to do, what did you want to be when you grow up? It was never a doctor, a lawyer. It always was something that, was creative, something that you love to do. Yeah. And when you love to do it, you enjoy it. It's not like a job. We talk about it all the time.
When you're following your passion, and we talk about that all the time. When you're following your passion, you don't even view it as work.
You don't.
Because you can put in so many hours at working your passion. And so, I could see that because you're very passionate about what you do. Definitely.
Love it. Yeah. I love it. And so when it's something like that, that's within you, it's like no problem. It's just an easy flow of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love that. So what are some of the services that you provide?
Well, as far as my manicure and pedicures, basically I use them as a spa pedicure, and making sure that the feet is actually examining the person's feet, soaking the feet, slushing the feet, which is a slushing lotion which removes dead skin off the feet, and with the different lotions and moisturizers and everything. And polishing and designs, whatever that a person wants to.
Okay, what kinds of designs do you do?
Well, some of them are freehand. You know how some of the other people, they had the machines, but we learned freehand. So that's just the nail art, and also I use another product which is called Minx, which is
she does really good job.
She does very good job on that.
It's just different techniques that I use.
Okay. And Miss Elaine Strickland, the esthetician, what's some of the services that you provide?
Mostly facials. I do lots of facials, and then.
So, are you completely anti-wax, or
no? I'm not. No, I do wax.
Okay, because I know you said you didn't want to rip any hair off anybody.
When you say waxing, is there a particular area of the body that you wax or do not wax?
I do those areas as well. I don't prefer them. I would prefer to do, facial and arms and legs. But when I was in school, it was so funny. I was like, that is not bothering you. It is not bothering. Why are you snatching it off?
Ooh.
But it gets but you know what I do.
Do you charge more
They
for
used to
certain
always-
areas?
Yeah, but you know what I would do?
Yeah.
And when we had, you know, class, they want you to do everything really, really fast and get people in and out. And so what I would do, because to me, that's painful. So I would always have a nice bucket, nice bowl of cool water. And as I would wax, I would go back and take cool towels and you know, and just lay that on. And so, and the women would come out, they would be like, oh, I feel so wonderful. Right. And they were trying to figure out, what's taking you so long and what are you doing? I said, I'm soothing them, you know, on their legs. And they thought, that's what's taking you so long. I said, yeah.
But it's all about
so you go the extra mile.
It's all about the experience. Any type of services that you give or get, it's all about the experience. Of course, you want them to do a good job, but you know, people say, oh, then you know, they always complain about people charging too much about different services, but it's about the whole experience that you get and how you feel when you leave.
You really want your clients to feel good. You want them to be comfortable. And I said, you know, I've just had all the hair snatched off. Your skin is kind of going, what in the world? It is.
Yeah.
You know, so I would like to cool that area down, and I would take the, you know, just cool towels and they would thought, oh my God, this is wonderful.
But you know, and that's what when Brittany was speaking about the experience, it's the word of mouth. Because of my experience with you, it's the word of mouth that's going to get you more clients.
This is true.
You know, and we say it all the time, a word of mouth can put you in business or put you out of business, depending on your experience. Depending on your experience.
That is so true. So I know that you said that you talk about that you like doing facials. What are some of the things that you like to, what are some of the facial services? I know there's several kinds of facials out there that you like to do.
There are lots of
or that you specialize in.
I would say that what I like to do is I really like to pay attention to your face. Now I'm going to tell you something. Can I just, you know, just go
ahead.
One of the things that I was thinking about, because I was thinking about a theme, you know. So if you're at home, one of my main words that I like to use is gentle.
Gentle. And she's a very gentle person. She has a very gentle touches naturally.
Yeah.
Just, you know, she's just very gentle.
Well, you think about it. It's skin.
Yeah, you have gentle and rough right in the same room.
No, okay.
What a mixture.
Patricia said that I'm rough. I said, well, you got to be rough sometimes, you know, with some of the stuff that you got going on.
I know, girl. You know, the thing is, you know, one of the things when you were talking, what I was thinking about, when you're doing your feet or even your face, when you have dead skin, you can't rehydrate that.
Yeah.
So you have to get it off.
Yeah.
Because otherwise whatever you use is just sitting on top.
Yeah.
But it's not doing anything. You have to get that dead skin off.
That's right.
And so what I tell people, I have brought a little brush to show you guys, but I forgot it. It's over in my bag. A little brush, I might use it once a week and I show it to people, but sometimes I don't because people get so, oh, I got this brush. But it's gentle. Yeah. It's skin. You're not scrubbing a stainless steel pot.
Right.
So you're not pressing. Very gentle.
What did she say? I missed that.
She said some feet are rough.
We need a Brillo pad.
When you
I'll get it.
But it's just, you know, you're not pressing. You're just gonna lay it gently, and because the brush spins a little bit, well, then you could do that once a week, and it's amazing how just doing that once a week, it doesn't take a lot of time to even see the results of it. You know, you can see results like almost immediately, and so it's just really good.
You know, I remember a conversation that we had before, and you said that you spoke on the importance of washing your makeup off, and you said something to the effect that if you don't, it ages you.
It ages your skin 15 days.
Wow.
15 days.
For not washing your makeup off.
You're not washing your makeup off. You need to do that. You need to just think about it, because what's happening is, and a lot of times when you see people with comedones, or it's a pore that's impacted with oil and dirt. And when you see anytime that you can really see your pores, That's because they're probably clogged. Now I know for sure, like right up in here on me, I can tell when my nose is clogged.
My nose is just
when it's clogged. You can feel it. It feels bumpy.
Yeah.
You know, because it's clogged.
Unfortunately, I fell asleep last night with my makeup on.
15 days. I'm just like.
15 days older, girl.
I just got 15 days older.
I knew something was wrong. Like, what she look?
She look a little different. You look good. Oh my goodness. She look 15 days older.
You know what? I am not doing you guys.
Well, that brings me to the question to you, Patricia.
Yes,
what are the importance? I mean, everybody knows it's, it's important to, that's a part of just hygiene, keeping your nails and feet done. It kind of explains some of the importance. She was talking about dead skin and everything else like that. I know you have dead skin on your hands and feet. Right. Kind of just, it kind of just explain the importance of the upkeep.
Well, if I'm giving a spa manicure, the same type of slushing lotion that I would use on your feet, you can also get that applied to your hand. Or you're getting the paraffin wax. So you want to release all that's on your hands, and you'll be amazed how light your hands will look if you're using that product, because you're taking off dead skin and you're taking care of your cuticles. If that skin is looking natural and not looking like it's a white or whatever, that should be nipped to get that off. If not, you don't mess with it. Some people have beautiful cuticles or whatever, and just kind of a little cleanup and just to keep that nice. And I mean, that your hands and your feet say so much about yourself.
Right.
If you're manicured and your hands and your feet, it's a little bit of lack.
Right.
So, and with your feet, with me, they always say, you make the water too hot, and I'll cool it off or whatever form. But just making sure that I cleanse the feet. I have a big thing on that, to really cleanse the feet really well, and to use the scrub. And in the reflexology of rubbing the feet, we have so many different bones are in our feet and our hands, and where your pressure points are. So just to make sure that you get those heels and you get your toenails looking good, And so that's just the importance of it, because if without your feet, we can't make it, right?
Well, you know what? I personally know people who only get pedicures like in the summertime.
Right.
I believe in doing it
all year round.
All year.
Year
round, I should say, not all year.
Yes. Because in the wintertime, it's cold. Get your feet done.
Absolutely.
You sit back, you've put on your nice gown or whatever with a glass of wine, and your feet's looking bad. You want to just put them up. You sit next to your man, your feet's looking nice.
I was going to say, especially if you got a significant other and you getting the big feet all rough and stuff. Nobody want to be next to nobody. So you feel like you got to stand.
And you're tearing up sheets.
Because your toenails too long.
Right.
Got to get brand new.
So you encourage your man, get a pedicure, get your nails done. Because if he's
speaking of because men, sometimes they don't go to get pedicures as often. Do you suggest that men go as often as women? Just for
or more.
If I suggest it, sometimes they don't. Hey, if you've got that man that's working construction, brother, if you need it, get it done. Once a month, twice a month, whatever works for you, but to take care of your feet as well, because without them, we can't make it.
And you know what? I see so many people who, like you said, they're they're polished, or the girls, they are dressed up to the T, hair slayed, makeup slayed, and you look at their feet, it's just like, whoa, it's what happened. Like black and white.
I think it's a full package. You have to do it all. You can't skip one thing over another. I am big on getting my nails done. I'm big on getting pedicures. I just can't. Yeah. Well, I know some women who've never gotten a pedicure.
I know.
That's
right.
True. I just don't understand that at all.
Or they just do it themselves. Well, we used to do that. But now it's out there. Go and try it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, even if you do it yourself, there's so much utensils on the market, but the benefits that you get someone who's knowledgeable about different stuff, that's different. You know, you just be just sawing, don't know what you're cutting off.
Exactly.
You know, the next thing you know, your toe cut and everything. I painted my toes for the first time like a couple of days ago, and it was a complete struggle. It was just, I don't know how.
Came to me.
Yes, I should have. I should have. I haven't painted. That was my first time painting my myself in a long time, and I said, I see why I don't do this. It's just a hassle. I would rather someone else
do
it. That's
they do it, and it's so
smooth.
Even and
shiny.
I have never been able to do it. It's always streaks.
Always streaks, or the polish is on my toe or on my skin, and it's just a mess.
Right.
But what I wanted to ask you, Elaine, so what would you suggest for a daily routine that we could do for cleaning? And what is your opinion on oatmeal?
Oh, okay.
Well,
daily routine.
Yeah, tell us your opinion and give us your daily routine, because you have really beautiful skin. Both of you, actually.
Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you.
Were you talking about me?
You know what? But before you start, anyone who watches this show, I'm sure, have come to realize that my mother, she always needs that pat on the back. Yes, mother, you have beautiful skin as well. But because I was pointing this way, and they were our guests, I wasn't excluding you.
Well, I felt excluded.
It's so funny.
I apologize.
Okay.
Thank you. Jesus.
You know,
just tell your routine to keep it moving.
Okay. Cleanse in the morning and the evening.
Do you do it with mild soap or something?
I always use mild. I don't. Every now and then I might use something that's sudsy, but most times I don't, because suds for me mean that it's more drying.
Yes.
So I try to use something creamy.
Creamy.
Okay,
that's good.
Yeah, I go with creamy. For a toner, I use a toner. I like using rose water.
Oh yeah. They have cucumber water too.
Yeah, they do. I like using rose water. You don't have to get the kind that I get is Bulgarian roses. It's something that I order. It's got a really nice fragrance. And what you're doing when you use a toner, you're getting any residue that you've left from your cleanser. You're getting also any residue of leftover dirt, and it puts your skin back at a proper pH. So you want to do that. You use a moisturizer, and then after that, you go out. You want to use sun protection. Now, people of color have this.
Myth.
A lot of them have this thing about you having to use sunscreen.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily like the feel of it on my face. I had to find one that I could go with that didn't feel so heavy.
Right.
But it's important. Do you remember a couple summers ago that you had a friend that came from California?
Yeah.
And I was sitting there and I kept thinking, and she had this rash.
Yeah, I do remember that.
But I kept getting, ask her where she got that. Ask her where so finally I asked her.
Okay.
She said 15 minutes after I stepped off the plane in Chicago.
There's
something going on like with our atmosphere here.
Wow.
With the ozone, you need to protect.
Yeah.
You need to put something on.
I'm sorry. I thought that was kind of funny. How did you ask her? Well, so where did you get that rash? Like,
because she's an esthetician, she knew.
But the woman might have not known that she was an esthetician. So it's like,
That's true.
Like, it's funny. I don't even know because she's, what she was talking about.
Oh, okay.
She talked about it. And she was saying, I was like broken out in hives and I was so itchy. And she said, but it looks good now. Ooh. And I'm thinking, really?
Not really.
Like, okay.
Really?
I did.
Right. But no gloves.
Okay. What do you have? But you know something too? What I'm a strong believer, we must have water. I don't care how you cleanse people. Oh, your skin is beautiful. All flowers need water.
Yes.
What you put in is what you get.
Our bodies are 90%.
You know what I'm saying?
So
you gotta have the water.
Yeah.
It'd be amazed because I know myself. lack up on the water and you're just doing other stuff, wine, not drinking that water, you can tell it in your face.
Yeah,
it's
true.
dry. I don't care
true.
how you apply, you can't cover
It's true.
because you need that water
You
within
definitely
your
need
On the
water.
inside, yeah.
That is
You
water.
cannot avoid water.
You can't.
And I'm not big on water, and I just have to really force myself because I know how, like you said, you become sluggish.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know,
your brain doesn't function.
Yes.
Oh no, mine's good.
No, it slows down, darling. It slows down.
slows
You
down.
need
It's
it.
slow.
You need it for everything.
It does slow down just a bit. Your brain does slow down.
That's
Just
that foggy. It's like brain fog.
Good.
You need some water.
Yeah.
Hello.
That's right.
So the next time she has one of them moments,
You
you need some water.
You need some water. You know what?
Drink some water.
That could be a pretty good defense for me.
What is that?
Stop.
If I go off on somebody and say, I haven't had my water today.
No, see, going off on someone is completely different. Completely different.
Gotta have
So funny.
That's
Completely different.
Okay.
Patricia, as a nail technician, what are some things? I know you didn't ran into some stuff. What are some things, just different things that you ran into as being a nail technician, whether it's with people's hands or just people's feet that, you know, is just, you can say as an example, this is what you should not do, or this is what you should do to not look like this.
Sometimes, you know, they come in, just like I'm sure people come in with a hairstyle. I want to look just like this, or, and you look at their hands and it's like, sometimes it's be like, Lord, what am I going to do? So then it's just okay. Either you want to have extensions, put some extensions on your nails, we can do that. But if your nails are nice, work with what you have. And it's good because, I mean, you know, there's something, it's a maintenance. And you miss 2 weeks, you know what's going to happen to that acrylic, or it's a gel, it's going to move away from the cuticle. You got to do something because you're in between. So if you've got nice nails, work with what you have. And then at times it'd be like, I'm amazed, like, oh, look what happened with just a nice manicure.
Do you do your own nails?
I do.
Because, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at your nails and
Ain't no way I could do my left hand.
I sat up
cannot.
until 3 o'clock this morning.
did you really?
Yes.
Wow.
Getting myself together.
Oh.
Okay. But yeah, that's so that's
Well, it was
happens.
worth it because it looks very nice.
Well,
Beautiful.
thank you,
I love the
thank you.
color and everything. It's
So
beautiful.
that also see, yeah, because my left hand is just a struggle.
Do you struggle with your? Are you
all
left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Now, so do you struggle doing your left hand doing your right hand?
I can polish it. Now I want to get into all my nail art and everything. So sometimes it gets a little, you know, difficult to kind of do the left hand myself. But normally I do it myself, my feet and my hands.
What's the trick to getting it so smooth?
It's how you're holding the brush, the nail polish, the brush. When the polish, when you go into the bottle, you're letting that polish, you're wiping it off on the side, but you're letting that polish drip to the end of the polish, and you're holding it on an angle, not where that brush is hitting the nail, because you'll see where you're getting a dark spot, like you missed it. So you're just making sure that that ball hits in the middle, bringing it down the center. Then you go from side to side and then blend.
We just had
We
nails,
just-
like, wow.
paint your nails 101. There you
You
go.
know?
We
I
just learned something.
something.
We just learned
I just
something.
learned something.
Because
I
no,
was
that
gonna try my
you know what? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Whenever you have done my nails before, and you've certainly given me a pedicure. But one thing I could say that I never had a problem with when you go to the nail shops, that space in between your I
I
can't
hate that.
stand
That is a
that.
pet peeve of mine, and I do
And
not
I've
like
had people to
when
say, well,
people-
you know, we don't paint your cuticles. I paid for you to paint my whole nail.
Right.
I want my whole nail painted.
And I've
I've
like
never had
when
that problem
people-
with you. I like that.
I do not like when people do not go to
the end.
of
To
the
the end.
edges.
I
And
know.
you
Cover
leave
my
that little
nail.
space. That
I
gets,
know.
that I do not like that.
Because what happens? You're right back. You need another polish.
Exactly.
Next week. So
Exactly.
you can come up. I've come up, you
Yeah,
know, and
'cause
then you just clean up.
Yeah, you don't see yours.
Right, and you just clean up. That's the way, you know, so things change.
That's why I
People
guess you
think,
got to go to Beautiful Nails and Feet.
gotta come to Beautiful Nails.
Another question.
Yes.
What about when you have, as far as, you know, when you're doing your nails? I lost my train of thought, Lord, just like that.
See, you haven't had any water.
She got you. I'm sorry. She got you.
She
Lack
got
of
you that
water,
time.
possibly. Maybe she
That's
You
does.
better
okay.
take a sip out of that bottle.
Okay.
So it's almost over. I will do with you later.
That was funny. She said lack of water.
Okay.
She caught you there. Really quick, Elaine. I always talk about dark spots. And I'm always, because, that scarring after the pimple has gone. Mm-hmm. What are some just different things that you suggest that can get those away?
Okay.
Quickly.
One of I use oatmeal all the time. That's one of my favorite go-tos is oatmeal and also rice because they're natural.
Rice.
Yeah, I use rice a lot.
Now,
are you wetting it?
Which one would you prefer, the rice or the oatmeal?
It just, okay, so if I'm dealing with shine, I want to get rid of the shine, I'm going to deal with the rice.
Rice, okay.
Rice, I use rice. The oatmeal, it's a natural brightener. When I have, even like under here, like in the winter, sometimes if, my eyes have been tearing from, all the wind and stuff, and I might get a little dark under here, I use my oatmeal. And I put it,
So how are you preparing it?
Wow. I grind it up. I grind it up in one of my blenders.
And then do what?
Same with the rice?
Mm-hmm.
And so you're doing it with what? Are you making a paste?
With some water and a little paste.
Purified water, I'm assuming.
You can use, if you got it, use it purified.
Okay.
If you don't, just use some regular water. Mm-hmm. But you're just going to mix that up in a paste. If you don't have a grinder, take some regular oatmeal flakes, put them in a bowl, put a little water over it, and let it sit.
Okay.
And what'll happen is it'll thicken. Mm-hmm. And so you can take that and you can use that on your face. Mm-hmm. If you have blemishes, if you have, let's say something bit you, like something bit me, I'm going to use some oatmeal on it this evening when I go home.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. Really quick, because we are coming to an end. Both of you guys, Patricia, you can go first. Tell us how, if someone wants to come get their nails done, get facials by you, tell us how we can reach you and how we can possibly make an appointment with you.
I am on Facebook. Okay. Facebook. And that's Minx by Pat at gmail.com.
Okay.
And
Minx by Pat at gmail.com. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And that way you can get in touch with me. And my phone number is also 708-712-5793.
Okay. Right. And then Miss Elaine, tell us how we can reach you if we want to get make an appointment with you, facials, or even just find out different information about skincare. How can we reach you?
I'm Refresh Within on Facebook. You can look it up. I'm posting like little informational pieces, now and again. I do not have a Gmail telephone number yet, but I will be setting that up. But you can go on there and you can inbox me, send me a note. I will respond.
Okay, good. So Refresh Within on Facebook, and also Minx by Pat at gmail.com.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Intellectual Radio, to Let's Talk Woman to Woman on IntellectualRadio.com. We had a great conversation. It's always
you, ladies,
good time
for being part of us.
with you guys. Yes, thank you so much for everyone tuning in. And
next week, remember, we're going to have Rob and TC from Jaw Jackie. They will be our guests. And look for Alice and I, for Adrian and Alice at the Peaberry Cafe. We will be filming real soon. Look forward to that talk show.
Have a wonderful weekend. Happy Saturday and be safe. Okay, Chicago?
Bye-bye. Thanks for looking.
Bye.